All right, what's up, everybody? We are here with some more Tooth and Tail Championship Season 2 2024 matches. I'm Delthius. We've got Jed Erickson with us. What's going on, man?
Oh, it's just a good old tooth and tail, It's been 3 years.
That's right. All right, you ready for another open division game here? Checkmate versus Jason Blade.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Let's do it. Three, two, one, go.
Action. In the left side of the map, we have Chechmate.
And to the top right, Jason Blade. Jason Blade is a content creator for Tooth and Tail as well. Often casts games, helps us out with that. So check him out on YouTube and on Twitch. And Jason Blade rocking the boar against Badger Owl from Checkmate here.
I think this is a situation where if a late game does happen, the Chechmate is going to win. Like, Owl Badger, I like the combination. It's sort of like Falcon and Owl, but more expensive. I like it. But oh, look at that mole.
Yeah, we got
Shenanigans are afoot.
Mole rush coming. Checkmate is none the wiser. Gets home in time, can sell this farm, so kind of works out for him. Anyways, Jason Blade gonna sell the Warrens, have to go home with his tail between his legs, but not crazy. I mean, he's a little bit behind, but it's probably worth it to try to make something happen.
Yeah, that little bit of food will hurt eventually. A little bit of food in the early game can snowball into quite a difficulty. I've seen that in many games in my time, at least.
Yep, yeah, especially if it delays like getting up to 8 farms. But we are at 8 farms here. A little bit of a wonky map, a bit of a marsh around Checkmate's area, but I kind of like it. He's got nice access to 4 mills. He's got a pocket expansion, which is really great. Very difficult to get attacked into. So, yeah, I mean, Checkmate could potentially kind of turtle up with this pocket base, get into some tier 3. And like you said, that comp out of Checkmate is going to be fantastic in the late game.
Exactly. I feel like as long as Checkmate can create a front line that's not in the water, so he doesn't have to deal with that, I feel like he'll be fine.
Yeah. So let's just see what Jason decides to do. I like Jason's deck a lot. I think it's a solid, like, mid-game kind of bruiser style. Cam Falcon, I think, is probably the strongest tier 2 right now. I know that's a controversial statement to make, but we'll see when we get into some of the competitive games. Like, we've got Airlu, the current Tooth and Tail champion. We will be watching his games later, so we can see if Airlu agrees with me or not there. But yeah, Cam Falcon, really strong comp, especially with Wolf. But, I do think that we've got a match on our hand, because if Jason does a strong board push, it might be like that Hilux game we saw earlier, right? Where if you don't see it coming, pretty much win you the game.
Ew, it's gonna be a hurting, especially with the water there, which is gonna be really making it hard to answer. So Checkmate again is forced to push over the water unless they take a fight, which is really not to their advantage. They don't want to take a fight on top of that water with their own army.
All right, second.
That's my biggest worry going into this.
Yeah. Second base on the way for Jason. Jason getting a nice thorough scout here. Checkmate, though, it looks like they just want to push. And up they come.
I'm not against it. Just they haven't engaged fully yet here. Good skunk gas coming down because Checkmate's skunks reach here first, and they're just going to take down a chunk of squirrels.
Oh, yeah.
I believe in this push, actually. This is looking nice. The mill is there for tank, but again, the skunk gas is up.
Yeah, unit positioning matters so much in this game. I mean, your army can get annihilated, or, even trade. It's 9 times out of 10, it really comes down to positioning. And to your point, like, Checkmate got all that gas out early. Jason Blade's skunks weren't quite there to return the favor. Continuing to push here, but I'm wondering if he's overstaying his welcome a little bit. Let's see how much damage his Falcon can get done, especially with the pigeon support. Like, if he kills these skunks, that's pretty huge, and the skunks do start to fall. Oh! Lose the Falcon.
The other one, I think that seems very even to me. I think it's actually in Jason Blade's favor just because of the extra farms he has.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Jason is just fine with that. I think Checkmate's second wave was probably the overextension there. It's always tough to tell because, it's a fine line between overextending and, winning the game with a follow-up attack, right? So Checkmate wanted to keep that pressure on, got punished for it a little bit. And yeah, the big thing is, like, it doesn't matter how efficient Czech was with that fight. Like, he didn't get anything done against Jason's expansions. That's the real story here. And Czech is taking his own farms now. Both players kind of posturing their units in the center of the map here.
Ooh, and Czech seems to be retreating back, and this is where I'm worried because the water here is a really annoying obstacle to Chechmate here.
Yeah.
Especially with the skunk gas here. But Jason moves into the water here, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, he wants to move forward and keep pushing in. Jason is really committing to this fight. Already getting a ton of damage done. Let's see if he can seal the deal. He does have some moles here. Really helping deal damage to that mill. Yeah, at this point, I'm probably just clicking that mill to finish that off. Loses everything. But
and he mitigates some of the damage here. The moles don't get to smack down the Warrens. I think that Chechmate is in a decent position here still. They need to push right now, but oh, the T1 reinforces so fast.
Yep. That's one of the best parts about Tier 1 is that they build very, very quickly so you can get a new army up and running. So Chechmate trying to get some damage done, but just not quite going to be able to. Now, Chechmate is not as hurting as it might seem. You know, that mill was kind of on its way out anyways, and they do have a second base up and running. So Chechmate doesn't need to panic here, but definitely trying to get a little bit of their own damage done.
I think Jason Blade's own skunks aren't doing that much when there's only 3 squirrels from Chechmate here. So I think that this is still a winning fight as long as he just focuses only on the enemy squirrels.
And this might be a scrappy game, Jet. Both players are just grinding each other down. Nobody's farming up. Nobody's trying to get more tech.
I love to see it, but again, I think Chechmate's army comp is the winning one here.
Yeah, Falcons are such a strong unit, especially in low numbers like this with some pigeons back. I think the pigeons are the real unsung hero here, allowing these skunks on the front line to just be impossible to deal with.
No respect for medics around here, eh?
Yeah. And that might be it. Chechmate, I think, is broken through. Jason Blade's going to have to tap at this point, I think. GG number 1 going to Chechmate.
I really just think this game hinged on the fact that Jason Blade kept their skunks and Chechmate decided to down their amount of squirrels, which just paid out perfectly. Jason Blade's only real play there would have been to done something similar and have kept their falcons instead of their skunks.
Yeah.
But I feel like the pigeons again will still be a great player in that situation.
It's really interesting. You know, when I see skunks, I mean, I kind of overcorrect. I'm like, oh, can't use squirrels anymore, you know? And like we've seen a lot of games where they're like, yeah, okay, there's skunks. I don't care. Send the squirrels in regardless. Ready for match number 2?
Right, you are. I'm prepared and ready to go.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go.
In the bottom right, we have Chechmate.
And his opponent up top, Jason Blade. Same decks from both sides. Interesting.
Jason Blade no longer has skunk in it and has landmine instead.
Yeah. Yeah, good eye. We got the mines coming out. Don't see the mines too often, but I think they are very strong in the right hands. I love the ferret mine kind of became a thing for a little bit, Jet, which is very funny. It's like, oh no, don't chase me, right? And then you chase the ferret into mines. It's pretty funny.
Oh, I despise good mine players.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like, it is obnoxious to deal with.
It is so frustrating.
But I have to respect them. The mine games are so strong with those players.
Absolutely. Very high skill ceiling unit is the mine for sure. And this actually really sucks for Jason Blade. You could often quote me back in more mine heavy metas where I would say that the first mine is the most important mine. Because especially nowadays where mines aren't a meta unit, like there's no reason Chechmate would even consider there to be mines. But now that Chechmate has seen the mine out of Jason, that really takes down the power level in my opinion.
Indeed. Not that even though Chechmate knows of their existence, they still have a lot of power though. They're very good at slowing the game down.
Yes.
Because to approach safely against those mines, you have to very slowly mine sweep your way forward.
Yep, it's very true. So 8 farm double from Jason, fast skunk from Chechmate. I do like Cam Falcon over like Squirrel Skunk though, so I think if Jason Blade wants to play a tier 2 game, he's got a good comp for it. I actually really like Jason's comp, but he needs to. This is what I would call a bruiser comp. Like he's got to get in there. He is a 1 to 2 base push Andy. Like he has to do it.
Indeed, I do want to see some mines to slow down the game until the board can come out, sell the mines, and immediately just go in.
Yeah,
I want to see that kind of play from this kind of deck.
Absolutely. So let's see what Jason decides to go for here. I like just the Squirrel Cam, seems fine. I'm curious if he's going to adjust, though, after seeing the Skunk, which you should see now. Actually doesn't see the Skunk. Crazy.
Oh.
How does he not see the Skunk?
The Skunk is just hiding up on that hill.
Oh my gosh.
It's chilling.
Unbelievable. I mean, it makes sense on Jason's scouting pattern, too, because he's like, why would I go up that hill and take more squirrel damage? You know, I want my commander to live long enough to be able to scout everything. So does
I'll have to put that in my strategy book.
Yeah. Just hiding in plain sight. So if I'm Jason, maybe I'm thinking it's chameleons, right? But now finally going to see the skunks.
That's actually not a bad idea.
So he sees the skunks now, but I think Jason's army is just fine against that. Got a couple cams. And a little bit of a sneaky base. Not really quite a ninja base, but it is not where you'd expect it. So maybe I guess it is a ninja. Jason going to take a second base anyways, though. And here comes a big push.
Ooh, but the camps are coming in here.
Great concave from Jason there. That was awesome, actually. The way that the squirrels were spread out against the skunks was fantastic.
Ooh, he sells the mines. I don't know if this is the right time to do it. I would love to see those mines being used to bait in the skunks.
Yeah. Oh, Jason feels confident. Very confident. And these squirrels are just taking so much damage from the gas.
Oh, I don't like this. I really don't. Oh, but the chameleons are now up front. They come in, go for it. The commander is down.
Oh, Jason lost his commander, which means you can't micro the chameleons, which is very important for cams. You want to try to stealth them right before they die.
Oh, speaking of right before they die, that cam there is like 1 health.
Yeah, he's going to die to the gas.
Oh. Unfortunate.
Dude, Squirrel, Pigeon, Skunk. Tried and true. Very strong composition.
Yeah. I would have really liked to see Jason Blade not sell those mines and just try to bait the skunks in instead.
Yeah, I agree. This might be too much damage, though. Let's see if Chechmate can come in and seal this one out. Yeah, I think that's it for Jason.
Yeah.
2-0 victory here so far for Chechmate. It is a best of 5 in the open division, so Jason has a chance to bring it back. Right now, Chechmate looking strong, and I like the deck. I think it's solid. So let's see what happens in game number 3. Are you ready?
I am prepared.
3, 2, 1, go. All right, on the right-hand side, we've got Chechmate.
And on the bottom left, we have Jason Blade.
Both players opting for some lizards. I agree with lizards if I'm Jason, because I think lizards are good against skunks. But this time around, of course, Chechmate does not have the skunks. Going instead for Wolf Cam Falcon, which is a very strong comp.
I've always been a big fan of throwing 6 to 9 lizards into any squirrel army.
Yeah.
It's been really it's real fun to just try and sneak around and go for a little backstab on your opponent's tier 2.
Yep.
As long as you don't see chameleons, of course.
Yeah, I really like the play style of going like 8 farm. Oh, hang on. 4 farm double here from Chechmate.
Ooh, lizards, but I don't like the farm being built. That's gonna delay the lizards ever so slightly, right? No, it's just on time there.
Yeah, one is delayed, just very slightly. Yeah, that's a very good point. When you're rushing like this, you do not want to supply block your lizards. Decides against it, though.
Oh, this goes... Yeah.
See,
well,
this is where you can get into trouble, though. I see. Jason can move across the map with these squirrels and just like deal so much damage. Like, don't sell those. Oh, Jason. All right.
This is so sad.
So it's a funny like double bluff that Chechmate tried to do, right? Like, I'm gonna go 4 farm double. You're gonna see it. You're gonna go 5 farm double, and then I'm gonna sell my 4 farms, get to 8 farms. That's the scam Chechmate just did on Jason. But the flaw with that is, okay, you sold your Warrens, I went 5-farm double, now I have squirrels, and now I kill you. But unfortunately, Jason didn't quite do that. But regardless, it doesn't matter. It's going to be a pretty even early game.
Guess we'll just have to wait to see what happens next.
But yeah, to your point about lizards, one of my favorite things to do with lizards is just like open 8-farm double into like just regular game with an expansion and stuff. But now you have 6 lizards, and you just run around the map. Like, you don't overbuild them or anything. Like you said, maybe I try to snipe a pig or get a Warren or something like that, you know? Keep my opponent on their toes.
Yeah, I also like putting them beside my army instead of with the rest of my army, so that I can try and create situations where the lizards come in from the side during a fight.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I want to see more people do, at least from back when I was playing. I don't know if Ari was going to be pulling some of that out in the games we see.
Yeah.
But I'll leave that surprise for later.
I feel like the boomer take that we have that's valid on Tooth and Tail is that modern Tooth and Tail is not as much about like squirrel, lizard, toad as it used to be, which I think is a little bit unfortunate, because I think that the squirrel, lizard, toad relationship just had so much room for micro, right? Like, even trying to use lizards to like bait out toads and that kind of stuff, like, it was really, really fun. Not really part of the game too much anymore these days.
Oh, these lizards are unfortunate. They don't quite get the mill here. Even with the low health here, they just don't get their value, and that's a little bit of a loss for Chechmate.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for Chechmate that Jason was there. Otherwise, he would have got some free bacon. But then he tried to commit anyways, and yeah, just didn't quite have enough lizards to finish off the mill. So, nice victory for Jason. He needs it. He's down 0-2 in this match, so...
Indeed. Oh, cams are out here. Is Jason looking to do some revenge?
No.
The whole army standing really near that mill. Are the cams really going to get that done? Oh, no squirrels are looking, though.
Oh my gosh. If he had all 4 cams... Oh, he gets the mill!
And then you pull them back now?
Alright, he loses the cams.
2 cams for that mill, I would say that's a good trade. But now you have to prepare for the counterattack here.
Yeah, as long as Jason doesn't take critical damage, but I think his army looks just fine. The cams are great against lizards.
Ooh, but engaging through the water here is going to make the cams just that a little bit less effective against the squirrels here.
Uh-oh. Chechmate's getting some tempo, though. Moving forward, threatening the mills, or the Warrens, rather. I think Jason's fine, though, with the reinforcements, defender's advantage. Yeah, Chechmate's going to have to pull back.
Double cams coming in here and really making a good defense.
Yeah, Chechmate's in a really difficult spot now. Just being very behind on economy, and 5 minutes mark is about to hit, which is just really going to exacerbate the issue. You know, I like the campfire, honestly. Like, how much money do you have if you're it depends on your strategy. Like, if Chechmate wants to try to end the game, campfire is better. Or if he wants to try to stabilize, you should have went for the mill.
Oh, the lizards are coming in. Lizards looking to do something illegal.
Meanwhile, Jason's moving across the map. This could be a victory for Jason here.
I think so, yeah. Even though Chechmate gets to take all the picks here and the mill there, I just think that Chechmate is going to lose the game.
Yeah, right-click on that mill, GG. Jason, oh, never mind, we got the campfire.
The campfire came up just in time.
And, you know, Cheshire will clean up this army. Oh, we got a scrappy game on our hands here, Jet.
What is an economy, anyways? But look, Jason Blake just doesn't have army right now, and that's the big decider here, I think.
Yeah.
Because Chechmate is going to go in here immediately for a battle, but the lizards just come in too early.
Yeah, Jason
with the rest of the army.
Jason should have sold a cam more, and I think he's got supply block squirrels, and he needs every boot on the ground he can get. But the cams are actually holding strong. Oh,
he doesn't get to stealth it. He doesn't try and get it away to conserve it. Jason he really needs to sell a cam more. Yeah, there we go.
Sells Bofa, but a little bit too late. Wow, the reinforcements from Czech. Cams are so good in these kind of positions. GG. Chechmate with a clean sweep. 3-0.
Good work.